Hello, Donnalynn. Good
Oh,
evening, good morning, good afternoon, actually. How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
We are all well in 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 this other side of the very dark today. So, how are you? You are instead in Florida.
Yes, yeah, I live in Miami, and it's very different than the rest of the world right now. We were sitting outside yesterday, and I said, out of all the places in the entire world to be, this is open, and we should be really feeling very thankful right now that we can sit outside and have a coffee with our friends or just kind of come together. But it's a completely different vibe. It's like another planet, compared to when I talk to people like you from other countries or that are completely shut in. I feel kind of bad about it, but it's amazing to me how different it is. People are
I
just
wish I could just get a flight and come and see you. I have to say, that's how you make me feel now. No, but anyway, Donnelly, you are the founder and the chief editor of this wonderful magazine called Portrait.
Mhm. Yeah, portray. I started it almost 3 years ago. Uh, I was selling art on the secondary market, and I love selling art. I love learning about art. It keeps you humble. It keeps you happy. You never know what's going to come your way, and you're constantly learning something new. And to me, there's things there's things you don't know, and then there's things you didn't know. And art can transport you through all of those levels. It's something that you're innately familiar with or feel attracted to just naturally, like a
Yes.
magnet. And then there's the common sense of it. And then, there's whatever was happening in the artist's life at that time, that story. And then there's the step beyond where the person themselves, the artist themselves. And that's why I named the magazine Portrait, because it's of course it's about art, it's about culture, but it's really about that human being and their essence and their soul of who they are, and how they sort of align themselves with the divine to make something and actually have the courage to put it out there. So those stories to me, are so important. And we all know in the art world, the story sells the art a lot of times,
Yes,
you know.
no, you're right. But in fact, what I adore is the letter, your letter, that says the journey of the imagination is an ever-evolving glimpse into the infinite. This is really touching, touching poetry. I think it's beautiful. But this is exactly, you see, what this is art at the end of the day. This is the real, true meaning of art.
That's right.
uh, to understand, let's say, who is the artist, but what there is there. And as you said, the story is so, but they're amazing stories that you are overwhelmed, I think.
I think I am. It first started off as a newsletter. I was buying art on the secondary market. I had some investors that had wanted to, purchase art. And of course, there's blue chip art, there's mid-career, there's, emerging artists. And I had a group that was just very interested in seeing something new,
Hmm.
and something emerging. And I found myself, I was became very good friends with a German artist. His
Hmm.
name is Albert Biemel, and he and I and his wife literally traveled around the world together, doing things and just being part of different sorts of cultures. And when, like, we went to the Philippines, for instance. So when we were in the Philippines, would go and would look at local artists, or someone would tell me ahead of time, hey, you should go see this guy's art. He lives in town. And I would go. So I found myself in these amazing places, like walking through mud or barns, or, just trying to see where people were creating whatever they were. And I would write about it back to the people who were interested in seeing new art. I would send them pictures, and I would just send a little blurb like, this is John, and this is where he's from, and this is his story. His story is amazing. And
Yes.
I found myself saying that over and over again. I have to tell you the story. And it came to a point where somebody else was like, well, why don't you just write about this? Like, why don't you? Everyone should know that. And I'm
Mhm.
like, it's not a bad idea. So I have really good friends, close friends of mine who were in this, have been in this industry a lot longer than I have and have really just taken me by the hand and guided me, and helped me along. And, right now we have 11 writers that write for the magazine, and people all over the world are contributing. And to me, it's so fascinating just to see you can change someone's whole life just by making
Yes.
others aware of who they are, so it's
You,
pretty
this
cool.
is beautiful. This is beautiful. You're right. You're right. It's this search for the true side of art, and it's so beautiful. I adore it, and this is what I I would aim to do. So I'm not sure I am already there as you are, but this is a little glimpse of what I could do. So thank
I
you
write, I
for the
write, I write.
inspiration.
Absolutely. When I write about someone and when I write an article, sometimes it takes me a while. I'm not the type of person that'll just meet you and then write an article 2 days later. Sometimes it'll take me a month, just to really, because I write the article with two things in mind. I write the article for every person in that artist's life that told them that they could do it. And I also
Mhm.
write the article for all the people that told them they couldn't. So, it's this validation. It's a love of, of self. And being admired or encouraged is such an important part of life. Just sometimes a sentence or a word from somebody can change your whole day, and kind of
Yes.
make you go further. Even something silly like, I like to hit golf balls on Sundays, right? I'm not very good at golf, but I like to hit golf balls. Me and my boyfriend go, we hit them. And I was finding myself frustrated because I couldn't hit it the way I wanted to. And there was an elderly gentleman, maybe like two slots away from me, and he said, "Hey, how long have you been doing this?" I said, "I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks." He goes, "You're doing fantastic. You just keep it up. Like you can do it." And I have to tell you, like I think about him a lot when I hit golf balls now. And so it's just something like that, that just the appreciation and the time that someone would take. You're talking about somebody's life and you're trying to put it in to one article. And it's, I could write, I have to be honest, and some of these artists, I feel like I could write short stories or books, and I would love to, but I don't have the time. But I think it's great.
But
I wouldn't do anything else.
I no, it's so beautiful what you say. It's like finding my other alter ego, because you see, I also, when I write, it is a first of all, it's something wonderful, and as you said, it takes a lot of time, and I thought I was the wrong one, because I had to do it very, very fast, and I can't. As you say, you I think because you put your soul, and you want to transmit their souls, what, through their paintings, but also through the person, who they are.
Yeah,
And I think it's so beautiful. Oh, I can't. Oh, I have to meet you. I'm taking the first flight tomorrow.
I would love
And
that. I would absolutely love
oh, okay, bello. But I no, but you see, in Miami. No, you are in Miami now.
that. I am. Yeah. I live in Coral Gables. It's probably 15 minutes away from the beach, so it's a little bit
Ah,
quiet. It's not like in the midst of all the commotion, but it's close enough. And yeah, it's pretty. So I moved here about almost 7 years ago now.
oh, okay. And where were you before?
I grew up in New York, and
Okay.
I had some businesses in New Jersey for a while, and then I moved here. So about
But
7 years.
Donnelly, could you, in a more business side,
Sure.
which is always very, very useful. Do you think this COVID moment froze a bit the artistic creativity, or how is it over there?
I feel historically as well, if you look at the past and you look at what's happened in other times when there have been calamities or problems, sometimes that's when the best art is made. I mean, if you look back at some artists like the late 1930s and 40s is some of the most sought after art, period. And that was happening during World War II. Or, I often feel that, art is sparked from pain or feeling, or there's a restlessness inside somebody. So I find that personally with the artists themselves, they're creating a lot of art. I have a very
Mhm.
good friend, and he said to me, I said, "How are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I'm great. I'm painting all the time. This is like the best time for me." And, made me wish I could paint.
You're right. You're right. That's
I'm
another
right.
thing.
I can't paint, but and I don't want to. I like looking at other people's art, and, collecting it. But as far as business, I feel it. Also, if you look at times in the past as well, this is a very big time for people to. They're investing a lot. Like I'm selling a lot of things
Mhm.
on the secondary market. I've been actually quite busy on the secondary market, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I think people are unsure where they want to invest their money at this point, and art is, usually the right art is a pretty solid investment if you can get it at a good price. And
Yes.
there's a lot of vulture capitalists out there waiting for the guy that needs to sell, his Basquiat because he needs the money
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So that it sort of raises, just how busy we are on a daily basis. So yeah, there's been an influx, and
Yes.
I think what's probably being created now is I can't wait to see. I pray everyone's okay, but I really I can't wait to see the
But
mood.
you, but you are going to organize something wonderful
I am.
very soon.
I'm very
That
excited. Yeah.
yes, I'm too. I'm too. So when is the you said when exactly? Let's
Um,
say
I'm,
more or less.
I'm, yeah, it's going to be the month of August. I was asked by the Maddox Gallery to curate an all women's show, and
Mm.
I was thrilled. I have curated like shows before in the past, and it was at that moment I realized something really, it was almost disturbing to me in a way, that I knew way more male
Mhm.
artists
Yes.
personally than female.
Hmm.
But it was also something very exciting because it made me realize that there's a voice out there for this.
Hmm.
There is a voice, and to make people aware, and not in a way where we're all shouting and screaming and chanting. That's not the reason for doing it. I'd love to do it in a very poised, beautiful way, to
Hmm.
take a moment and have a really important conversation in a room without anybody saying a word at all, and it would just be through the art. Women, you have one painting by one woman, and then next to it, I wanted something completely different, a different personality. I want people to be able to feel that as they walk through the show. And I'm trying to gather women from all over the world to do it,
Hmm.
and really as a sign of solidarity between ourselves as well. And, there's a great saying, the rising tide lifts all boats. So if we can all
Hmm.
sort of get together and help each other,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
all of us will be, will benefit from that. And it's not even a matter of, well, I am woman, hear me roar, I'm a man, or that's not what it's about. It's just appreciating, women in general and what they have created, and not being the subject that's perfectly dressed with their hair done in a picture, but being the person that created it is very important, especially in this day and age. And people should support female artists, and they should, you know, be worth as much as the male artists, as far as what the value is on the art. And there's a slow paradigm shift happening, but I'm so glad it is, and I can't wait to be somebody that
Yes.
just helps, help just everyone helping each other out that way. So I'm very excited. I'm thinking about taking it internationally as well. I'm
Yes.
talking to um, like a tentative museum um,
Yes.
in Italy. And then I thought, well, let's not stop there. Let's take the ladies on the road. Like, let's just build something so beautiful. Um, I think that it should be seen everywhere. So I'm very, very excited about it. In case you can't.
That's yes. We will have to. We will have to. And I think we have. I think your idea is brilliant because it's a way, as you say, this empathy that we need a lot of empathy now at the moment.
And the ability to get things done.
Yes,
Sometimes you can have all the talent in the world, or you can have great ideas, but executing them is the start that stops most people. So,
yes,
I'm pretty good at executing things and getting them, to completion. And I'd really like to take that strength in me and take the strengths of others and just, bring it all together and just make something super, something really
oh,
different. So,
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to, even if you want, I can start drawing for you. No, I'm joking. Not sure. I used to, but not
yeah,
now, not anymore.
that's great.
No, 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 I'm joking. But it's so beautiful. No, no, I think this is what we need now. We need to dream, but something that is also a dream that is going to happen.
And we need to do
So
things out of love. We need
yes,
to do things with the end in mind, being success and peace and happiness for everyone involved. It's not so much of making a point all the time. Sometimes bringing love into an equation just heals everybody around you. It's like a big sigh, whoo, like, and I think we all need that right now. We all need that, vitamin B injection of
yes,
just, happiness, or bringing some sort of really good energy out there. And if
yes,
I can accomplish that with the help of others, I can't think of anything else I want to be doing right now than,
fantastic, fabulous. But then, Donnelly, the last thing that I would like to ask you would be where we could find your magazine here in Europe.
yeah.
Do
Um,
you deliver your magazine?
it's mostly we have some in Germany. Okay.
Ah,
I tend to put it into like boutique hotels, like 5-star
okay.
hotels where it was in the Satai in Miami Beach. Like we put it in all the rooms there, and other places here, places in New York. But um, it's boutique in nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's also in private jet planes. I have a good friend of mine who works in the private jet industry. So I really wanted to target um, where the people of a certain net worth might be, that might want to see somebody new or something
Mm-hmm.
completely different. And I had someone read, it was actually Chuck Close. Chuck Close read my magazine, and I watched him read my magazine, and I was just very nervous the entire time. He took his time. I have to, and in the end, maybe 20 minutes later, he looked at me and he said, "There's nothing like this." And I was just like, I was thrilled. So, and he said it,
Yes.
he goes, "If I can help you any way I can, let me." And I just, what an amazing person, right? To just,
Mm.
and help me that way. But yeah, so people subscribe to it. It's in hotels, it's in the jet
But we
planes.
can see it online. Online.
You could see it online, but but it does come in print. We have
Ah,
magazines. So, and
fantastic.
I like to send them, of course, to all of the artists, and we do have people that subscribe to the magazine, which is wonderful. I think it's in 18 different countries we send it to.
Oh,
It's not
wonderful.
Vogue, you know. It's definitely more for a collector base or someone who's interested in this. But I would love to see it all over, just for the people
Yes.
inside it
And
too.
and how many do you do every month, or it's
No,
a
it comes out.
it,
It comes out twice a year. I
okay,
do every 6 months, and but online we're putting stuff up like every week. There's something new, because
fantastic.
we go to a lot of the openings. We just do small interviews in between. So
Mhm.
that sort of thing, you just kind of keep up. I like to talk to collectors. I like to see what's opening. Like just 2 weeks ago, or a lot, yeah, like a week, 2 weeks ago, I went to Palm Beach, because they were having a bunch of openings there. So we went there and we just looked at everything, and I wrote something about that. And so there's always a constant fresh material coming in as well.
Ah, bello. I can't wait to see your when was the last edition? Was it just now? Did you in December?
uh,
Was it?
no, we're putting one out February.
Oh, fantastic. So I can't wait. I can't wait. But I saw your website. It looks really magical. It's you
You.
get into, and pictures are beautiful, and it's also the eye that you are caught by this beautiful writing and images. So very well
Thank
done,
you.
really.
Yeah, I have help, and there are people who write absolutely. Like one of my writers is a best-selling author and a playwright. Then my Gregory Della Abba writes a lot for me. He's on location a lot in New York or wherever he is. We've just had really, really amazing people contribute, and I couldn't be happier or more thankful.
Fantastic. Thank you, Donnalyn. Thank you so much for this beautiful message of happiness, if I can say, positivism, and enthusiasm for art, for the real art, what we are all looking for. And can't wait to see your exhibition and magazine.
Wonderful. And I'll send you some
Thank,
magazines in February. I'm very excited. So we can
please,
arrange
please,
that.
can't wait. Thank you,
Thank
thank
you
you,
so
thank you.
much. Have a great day. Night.
Eh, eh, yes, good afternoon. Ciao,
Bye.
bye. Ciao, Donnalyn, grazie, bye, bye.